Great morning, everyone. Happy Friday. As y'all jump on, please drop your city and your state. Let us know where you are viewing from. We will get started in just a little bit. Happy fabulous Friday. Happy fantastic Friday. Freedom Friday. Hey, Linda out of Columbia. Great morning to you. Y'all please let us know where you are joining us from. Hey, Shaka Khan. Off of Facebook, great morning. Drop y'all city in y'all state. Got some things to share with y'all this morning. My glasses are, I need to wipe my glasses right quick.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Great day to you. Out of Tennessee, South Carolina, Ratcliffe, Kentucky, Indiana. What's going on? We're reaching some people. Hey, Shaka, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. We are reaching some people, man. Hey, I need y'all to start sharing this right now. Start sharing it. Do us a favor. From the Ozarks. Is that where that's the movie? Yeah, that's the movie. Hey, Sarah, thanks for jumping on. Pensacola. Thank y'all for jumping on. Hey, listen, we really appreciate the support, y'all. We really do. We really appreciate the support. Tanita out of South Jersey. All right.
Who is that from the Ozarks? Is that stuff real on that movie?
Yeah, that's Sarah, the Ozarks. Yeah, the Ozarks is real.
Is that stuff real on that movie, Sarah?
Oh, crazy. Hey, I need y'all. We need y'all to start sharing. Start sharing. And if you find value, definitely like this and follow us. We have YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. This video will be recorded to YouTube, so you'll be able to see it again at a later date.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, which is not doing that great, but you know, that's our fault. That's our fault. And then also the TikTok channel, which we have a lot of people on. This particular broadcast will not have any visual aids. So if you are in a position to take notes, or you want to, look at this again at a later time, make sure you go to our YouTube channel.
YouTube.
Great day, everybody. Happy Freedom Friday. I'm Eric.
I'm D, y'all.
And we are representing the Blank Spot Academy and the Blank Spot Sublimation Supply Store.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are a Blank Spot Sublimation Supply Store located in Columbia, South Carolina. We do have an online store as well. You can shop with us. You saw us scrambling around just now. We were actually getting some orders ready to go out today. Our shipping is impeccable.
Absolutely.
It leaves here.
As soon as we get it,
it leaves here. All right.
It's gone.
If it's a Monday through Friday,
so
it's leaving out that same or next business day.
Yep.
So we appreciate all the orders that we've been getting and all of the new business relationships that we've been building.
Yeah, especially off of TikTok. You guys rock.
TikTok and YouTube.
You rock.
We've been actually building our social media presence. It's steady. It's not going as fast as I would like. However, it is steady, and I like steady. So this morning is going to be a little bit different. Okay, this morning is going to be a little bit different. We are going to be I'm actually going to be interviewing my wife. Okay, going to be interviewing my wife. So if she looks surprised, that's because she's just not hearing about it. But so we're going to be doing interviews for business owners in the very, very, very near future. Our first one is going to be on the 29th of August. We're going to be interviewing a local business owner. She is an author as well. She's a crafter. She's an educator. She loves kids. And we're going to be interviewing her first. Okay. But this is the first. She's liking your shirt.
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah, she's liking your shirt. I messed it up actually, but
yeah, Eric did this for me. I don't think it's messed up.
I got a line on this. I didn't blur it in enough on this side.
It's okay though, but I love it. Thank you.
That's one of our shirts that we're gonna be
so we're
transitioning to,
doing some testing.
But yeah, we're gonna be interviewing her. She's gonna be our first outside of the house interview, but we're going to be interviewing business owners and only people who are business owners and who are serious. So it's going to be some qualifications that's going to need to be met. We're going to send some requests out. We're going to do some, asking around and some small interviews. And if there's something that you want to do, because hopefully that will help you to improve and build and grow your business. Okay.
Yep.
So this morning's interview is going to be taking place right here, right now. So if you
right here, right now, and I'm like,
so you're going to have to be
really?
quiet. You got to be quiet because you ain't a co-host today. You're
okay.
interviewee.
All right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Y'all ready? So, hey.
Look, along with my smoothie, Eric made me a smoothie this morning. It doesn't look like his. Thank goodness. Thank goodness it doesn't look like that, but it's good.
So my walk was interrupted this morning by a little rain, but I still was able to get about 3.5 miles.
A little rain.
Yeah, it rained a little bit.
You got showered on.
Anyway, so thank y'all for jumping on. Once again, I'm Eric.
I'm Dee.
And this is the Blank Spot Sublimation Academy. Blank Spot Sublimation Academy.
Okay,
Blank Spot Academy. It came up with something else. We come on here every Monday and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking business, whether it's the front end or the back end, we're talking business.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who are new to business. There are a lot of people who want to be distributors. There are a lot of people who want to be retailers. They want to be wholesalers. They want to do all those things. And one of the major steps to doing that is finding vendors.
Yes.
Hold on, you're getting interviewed.
I didn't say anything.
Yes. Okay, so you're getting interviewed. So the whole idea is there's a lot of people out there looking for vendors, but they really don't want to do the legwork. So oftentimes we as personalities, we get upset and we say, hey, you know what? Well, why can't you just tell me where you got it from? Well, that person can tell you where they got it from. And oftentimes they don't. For those of you who have bought vendors list, and if you know what I'm talking about, if you're a person that's bought a vendors list, raise your hand. Or give me a number one. Drop a number one if you bought a vendors list. If you bought a vendors list from somebody that was selling a vendors list, drop a number one. Okay? We're going to get to this thing. Gotcha.
Can I say something?
No.
Okay.
Can't say anything. Not just yet. Go ahead.
If you bought that vendors list and that vendors list was helpful to you, drop a number two.
Okay. I was getting there. I wasn't going to say helpful, though.
Well,
Yeah. See, here's
my words.
I'm not going to choose my words this time. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are interested in vendors, okay? For those of you who are interested in vendors and finding out how to find a vendor for your business, whatever your business is, most vendors are gonna have the least expensive prices are gonna come from overseas. That's just it. You're not gonna find a lot of vendors on marketplace platforms that are going to be less expensive than the ones that are coming from overseas, China specifically. And that is because America is greedy. I'm not bending words right now, y'all. We're greedy. We're greedy people. Corporate America is greedy. So when you do go out and decide to look for your vendors, you can either decide to take a shortcut and you can decide, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna, go buy a vendors list. How many of y'all bought a vendors list and it wasn't helpful? It was some of the same information that you had saw or seen before already.
Right.
It was some basic information. I'm talking about basic information.
Or something that you already knew.
Something that you already knew.
Yeah.
Most people are not going to sell their vendors list. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I think most people are not selling their vendors list, and we're going to talk about that, is because not because they're fearful. Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they're fearful that you're going to take their business. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're fearful that you're going to bypass them and do better than them, or bypass them and shop with that vendor versus shopping with you. I don't know what the case is. But I'm going to talk to Dee today, and we're going to have some dialogue about what she did to get started, how she got started, and the whole process. Now, we're not here to share vendors, okay? We're here to educate. We're here to educate you on how easy it is to do the research yourself and find you some reliable vendors, okay? So, Dee.
Yes.
When did you first feel the need to research or to find your own vendor?
Well, the first thing I thought about was tumblers, right? Because I knew that I wanted to do tumblers, and this was in my creative business. I knew I wanted to do tumblers, and I was researching the price of the tumblers, just
the retail price
of the tumblers, just seeing people that I had been following. And so I saw the price of them, and I was like, okay, well, I want to be able to get that for less expensive.
Yeah, less expensive price.
And so, I had kind of knew about, different marketplace platforms like Alibaba, AliExpress, places like that. But I didn't really know how it worked, didn't really know that it's just a marketplace.
Just like Amazon.
Just like Amazon,
just like the Walmart, just like Facebook, just like Etsy, just like...
Right. It's a marketplace. But, with that marketplace, of course, the majority of the items are coming from overseas. Okay. So I wanted some tumblers. So I decided to go on one of those platforms. I chose Alibaba and went on that platform and just started doing some research, just started looking at, tumblers and the cost of them. And when I first went on there, I saw the cost. I was like, wow, that's amazing. But I still had to educate myself more.
So hold on for a second. So you went to Alibaba's marketplace.
Yep.
And you started researching the prices of the items that you wanted to purchase.
Items that I wanted to purchase. Yep.
And so let's talk about that, because when we talk about research, a lot of people don't know where to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's that a lot of people don't know where to get started. I think that's an excuse that people use. Where do I get started? Well, if you're looking for a job, where do you get started?
Right.
There's a whole bunch of social media platforms. There's a whole bunch of digital platforms. And then there's always going right up to that business and asking, are you hiring?
Mm-hmm.
So where do you get started? That's people say, well, I don't know where to get started. I don't believe that. I just believe that people are not applying themselves,
right?
Or they're afraid to take the first step because the first step may be the wrong step.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know that going nowhere is still somewhere? If you end up nowhere, you're still somewhere. You just where you're at.
Nowhere.
So you got to get started. So you went on the marketplace, and you started looking at vendors.
I started, I just went on there. I didn't know anything about that platform. So I just basically went on there and just started doing my research about the platform. I even, did a little Googling, about the platform just to kind of see what it was all about. And so I went on there, figured out just looking at the platform and how things look and how things probably should work. So I found a search button and I searched 20-ounce sublimation tumblers, just simple like that. And when you do that, you're going to get a whole list of all types of vendors and everything that'll come up. And so I just kept playing around with the marketplace. And, there's ways that you could chat with people. You can look at their reviews and things like that. So I just started looking at reviews. Started chatting with a few of the vendors of course, most of them, they don't speak your language, but they understand you because they're dealing with, Americans all the time. So it's just a matter of communicating with that person or trying to communicate as best you can by chat with that person.
And Google Translate is a heck of a tool.
Yeah.
So if you guys are, talking to someone who doesn't speak the same language, try Google Translate. It's a lot of different things out there. So someone says about how many vendors do you need? We're going to table that one. We're going to come to that, okay? I want to acknowledge your question, but we're going to answer that question. How many vendors do you need? So you went on and you started searching. Yep. You saw the search. You saw the magnifying glass. Yeah. Just like on every website.
Just look for there's got to be a search search place on here. So found that, and that's what I did.
Okay, so now, let's talk about definitions, because with any learning experience, there's going to be some learning curves, and definitions and literacy. This is where literacy comes in. Understanding definitions definitely play a part. So I'm sure you saw something on there that said MOQ. Yep. MOQ. Yep. Can you explain to us what MOQ is?
So MOQ is minimum order quantity, right? So once you get to, say you did your search and you found a typical vendor, and you may have been chatting with that person, when you go to look at that product, actually you will see something that will say MOQ. That means that you have to purchase a minimum quantity of this item in order to get it, for this price. Okay. It could be that you have to purchase 100, and then once you go past 100, the price can go down. Okay. That's what the MOQ is for.
So hold on. The MOQ has one price. Yeah. So let's say this cup. Yep. Let's say I want to purchase this cup at a bulk. Okay. In a bulk purchase. Yep. But at a wholesale cost. Two different things, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Bulk, the ability to purchase bulk, that's a large number, but at a wholesale price. Okay, so people ask us often, do we sell in bulk? Yeah, you can buy as many as you want to. We don't limit the amount that you can purchase. You can come in and buy the whole store if you want to.
But with us, you're going to pay a retail price.
But we sell in retail. So y'all probably saying, well, that's not bulk. Yes, it is. You can buy as many as you want. Now, if you're asking, do we have bulk prices? The answer is no, we don't have bulk prices. There are several retail stores that limit the amount of items that you can purchase, whether it's in store or on the website. And that is because oftentimes I think they're trying to control their inventory.
Absolutely.
So we may have 2,000 skinny 20s on hand, tumblers on hand. And some store may say, well, you know what? You can only purchase 10 at a time. Right. Okay. Right. So that's we got bulk. So you want to buy bulk. I want to buy bulk, a bunch of these, and I want to get them at a wholesale or bulk price. Now, the MOQ, the minimum order quantity of this is 100. Yep. And they said it's going to cost me $2. Yep. It's going to come with the lid.
$2 for one.
For one, it's going to come with the lid. It's going to come with the base. And that's what I need. Even this little thingy right here is going to come with all that. And we have to know these things, right? Yep. So now, $2 for this. Let's say $3.
Okay, we'll say $3.
$3. Okay. So now that's a minimum quantity of 100. So that means I can buy 100 of these for $300. Oh, I'm good. That's fine.
Nope.
What?
Because there's another process that you have to go through.
So there's more.
Yes, there is more. Okay. So that is just the price of the actual product, right? So now we have to think about shipping. Okay. Shipping, because that price does not include shipping.
But I was just thinking though, if I buy 100 of these for $3, I can actually sell them for $9 a piece. And I've got a $6 profit.
Okay. But did you get them for $3? Was your total cost? Was your total cost $3?
So go ahead and talk about the shipping then.
So once you determine what the cost is for that 100, now you have to communicate with the vendor about the shipping. Okay. So that's where the whole communication goes, where they're going to ask you, what's your address. They'll do an invoice, and they'll choose the best shipping for you. Or, and this may be a little bit over somebody's head, but you could also have your own shipping broker. That's something different. If you have your own shipping broker, then they're just going to give you the price for the product, and then your broker will give you the price for the shipping. But either way, the shipping has to be included. Okay.
So it's only $3 to buy this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's real similar to coming into our store or seeing this on our website and seeing a price, and then at the end they get ready to check out and they see that they have to pay for shipping.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's no different.
So an item like this that costs $3 a piece, how much would you think shipping would be for one of these? Or 100?
It could be $2. It could be $3 for shipping
per
item. Because remember, it depends on the weight, and you guys have to remember as well where it's coming from. Okay,
so
it has to travel a very long time. Then there's different types of shipping that you could use, so which the price could be more or less. So there's a lot of different scenarios in here, guys.
So you're telling me that I can pay $3 for this, and then the shipping can be another $3.
It could be another $3. It could be $6, depending on how you getting it shipped. There's a such thing as air shipping. There's such thing as sea shipping. There's a couple different types of ways you can get it shipped. You want to get it fast. You want to get it slow. It could be a little bit cheaper. So you have to take all of that into context when you are using these platforms.
So someone said processing fees. Is that
absolutely
normally, so that's all in the invoice? That'll be on the invoice as well.
Yep, processing fees as well.
And of course, they're now having to pay taxes.
Yep.
So so this is not going to cost $3.
Nope.
So, and everything we do, ladies and gentlemen, is an educational piece. And the reason why we want to share this with you, because of a couple of reasons. One, we know that there's people out there who are looking for vendors,
right? And
they're having issues with finding vendors or how to get started. The other thing is there's some detached consumers out there. Now I'm going to choose my words correctly. There's some unattached consumers out there who think that because they've gone on a website like Alibaba, platform like Alibaba, and they saw an item.
They saw it. Oh, it's $3.
They saw an item in our store. Oh, in our store that we may have been able to purchase for $3. But when we finished paying for it, that item may have been $6.
Could have been $6. Could have been $7. Could have been $8.
Okay, so let's say that item was $6 by the time it got to us.
Yep.
But we may be selling that item in the store for $9. Wow. So we really not making a lot of money.
Hey.
Okay. So let's go to the it's time to drop y'all's questions. We're going to answer a couple of these questions and respond to some of these comments.
Somebody said,
but we're not going to get to them yet. Okay. Great day to y'all.
I hope y'all getting something out of this. We're going to try to share as much as we can.
Sean wants to know, how many vendors do you need?
So
for one item.
So for one item, you need to at least have a backup. Okay. So I would say at least 2. Okay. So
that's the minimum.
Okay. But if you can get 3, get 3. But the reason you want to have more than one for that one item is because that one vendor may be out of that product. Okay. And you don't want to have your customers waiting. You don't want to be out of that product for so long. Just go to the next vendor.
If you guys are just jumping on, we're talking about understanding how to look for vendors overseas for your business. If you have not done so, drop your city and state. Sheila said she was actually about to order chip resetter from us.
Awesome.
Hope you need that chip resetter. I hope you are using a 7710, 20, or 7210 or 76 something.
They don't work for all of them, Sheila.
So Sarah says processing fees. All that's going to be added to the invoice. And that's something that we have to understand. If we're on the corner selling records, CDs, backpacks, or skull caps out the back of our vehicles, out of the back of our trunks, oftentimes we're not worried about taxes or processing fees. But you have to understand that these are legitimate businesses. And as you go into an actual store, I don't want to say an actual store, but if you go into a well-known establishment, you're going to expect to pay taxes. Guess what? You should have to expect to pay taxes and processing fees in our store as well.
Absolutely.
So now there are taxes.
Yep, taxes are involved now.
So how did you alleviate you having to pay taxes?
Well, I submitted my tax exempt certificate.
Okay, so you have one.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so
we have a tax exempt certificate for our business. We submitted that to Alibaba. Once you submit that to them, then you shouldn't have to pay the taxes. Now, if your vendor is not including taxes, there is a possibility that once your product gets to the port, it could get taxed.
It may be taxed. Okay. KC, Los Angeles. Thanks y'all for jumping on. Clarksville, Tennessee. Thank you. It's crazy trying to find the right sub printer, wide format. Any recommendations? Well, we're not talking about that today. However, I'm gonna provide you some answers.
Yeah.
You can go on our website. We have one for sale right now. Two for sale. Okay. Go on our website, theblankspot.com. We are talking about vendors, y'all. We're talking about vendors. Okay. I have that resale paperwork. That's very important.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, and I don't want to deviate or go against what we're doing. I don't want to digress. But depending on your state, if you are doing retail, if you're reselling items, you are required by law to have a resale certificate. No, the state of South Carolina requires you to have one. Okay.
Retail license, yeah.
A retail license. Maryland, what's going on?
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I didn't mean it like that. Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
We got you covered though.
We
just trying to stay on track for what we're talking about today.
We only have an hour. Is it better to find a vendor close to home and just pick up your orders? You may pay $6, but no shipping. Well, that's a great question. And we're going to table that one and get back to that, okay? That is Heather. Thank you. So as we continue to talk about overseas vendors, and this is mainly for people who are looking to do retail, wholesale, or wholesale or retail. And you want to actually offer these items in bulk or wholesale, the ability to do that, you're going to need some money.
Yeah.
It's going to take some money. True. So let's say I'm going to get a little bit more, transparent here. So let's say you decide that you want to purchase some tumblers. And the minimum, what's the minimum on the tumblers for your vendor?
Well,
for your vendor.
For my vendor, the minimum is $300.
The minimum is $300. So that means that if you don't have the money to buy at least $300, you're dead in the water.
Dead in the water.
So at $300, you may be able to get a tumbler for what? $4, $5 ish. $4.50.
Yeah, around that amount.
So at $300, maybe let's say $4.50. I'm trying to figure out, and this is not a question, more of a comment, but it's a question too. I'm trying to figure out how people are able to resell their tumblers at $6 or $6.50 if they're purchasing them for $4.50. I'm trying to figure that. I'm trying to wrap my head around the retail in me is trying to, and it's kind of a rhetorical question.
Their profit margin is basically zero.
So and if they're not putting their money back into the business, they're barely hanging on anyway.
Barely hanging on.
Okay, so that's irrelevant. I just wanted to think about that.
And that's with anything. I mean, like with this marketplace, you can get anything. There's so many different things that you could get.
So let's go back to the tumblers, because I think a lot of people understand the tumblers.
Yeah.
The tumblers. Okay. So now, the more you buy, the lower the price. So it's best that you position yourself to buy more.
Absolutely.
So what if those more don't sell?
Well, if those more don't sell, then you now, I mean, as a retail store. So now that's just a chance that you have to take, right?
That's what I wanted to know.
It's a chance that it's a part of business, right? You don't know if it's going to sell, but it's a part of business. It's a chance that you take in your business. So at that point, then now you have to figure out a marketing strategy to get those items sold.
Okay.
But no, you don't know if they're gonna sell.
Tanita said that's exactly what I needed to hear. Thanks. You're welcome. We're looking to add value in your business and also your mind and thought process as far as this side. There's two sides of business. There's the consumer side of business where you're going to purchase something from someone.
Yep.
And we are all consumers.
Yep.
Even as business owners, we're consumers. And then there's the business side of business where we are producing or we are purchasing in order to be able to distribute.
Yep.
And the whole idea behind that is you have to be ready to take that risk.
You have to be willing to take that risk. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
That is a risk that you take as a business owner. Okay.
At different levels.
At different levels. No matter what you're doing. Okay. You are going to take a risk because you don't know, even if you're making a pie, you don't know if those customers are going to like that pie. But you're taking a risk to make this pie to make,
like I can bake.
It's a risk that you take, guys, when you find these vendors and when you purchase these things. Okay.
Okay. So do I just go and get those 300 or 400 or 500, or what's your process when you're looking for something? Let's say you're looking for something.
Yep.
And you don't know that vendor from Adam. You don't know what the quality of the products are.
Right.
What's the first thing that you do?
So it doesn't matter how good reviews they have. I always ask that vendor for a sample.
A sample.
Okay. Now that sample, that they may send me one tumbler and I may have to pay $50 for that one tumbler. But I'd rather pay $50 and test that tumbler out, right? Lose $50 than to pay for $300. Invest $50 than to pay for $300 that I can't even use. So I always ask for a sample. They're gonna say, okay, sure, you have to pay for the shipping. I get that sample, I test it, and then now I know if it's good. I go back and I make my purchase.
There have been some cases where people have chose to bypass our services to do exactly what Dee is saying. And they've chose to bypass our services. Not anything against those people, but they chose to bypass our services without being educated about how to search and research for vendors. And they have ended up getting, for lack of better words, screwed.
Yeah.
Because they ordered something because they thought it was cheap.
Yep.
And they ordered it and they got the item and it didn't sublimate. Now they're stuck with that item.
You know, it's a risk that you take, but however, okay, there is a way for you to go ahead and get a sample to test that thing out. Okay. The risk is going to come when the part where you don't know if it's going to sell or not. Okay. But you can avoid that risk of getting a bad product if you ask for a sample or if you take the time and invest in your business and get a sample.
So let's pause for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to address some more comments and questions. Heather wants to know, is it better to find a vendor close to home and pick up your orders? You may pay $6, but no shipping. Honestly, and this is not because we're business owners and not because we're retail, I would definitely say yes. Somebody's already taken that risk.
Exactly.
Remember, we're taking risks at different levels as business owners.
Yeah, we're taking the risk for you because now you can come into our store and you can get the product that we've already tested. So we're taking that risk for you. Okay.
So you may pay a little bit more retail, but you already know that the product is a good product.
Yeah.
You already know that the product is in stock. And like you said, you can drive in your vehicle. Or even if it's local shipping, it can save you some money and some time and some hassle, and you can focus on your business.
Right.
This is mainly, and that's a great question, Heather. But this is mainly for people who are thinking, hey, you know what? I'm tired of shopping with the blank spot. I'm tired of paying these prices. I'm ready to go out and get my own vendor. Well, we wish you all the best.
And that's why we're on here. We're on here to encourage you to go and do your research. And find you some great vendors.
Let's see. Hey, y'all, it's Lola from DC. Hey, Lola.
Hey, Lola.
Driven woman of purchase. I'm sorry. I'm just retarded. Driven woman of purchase. Alabama.
Hello.
I appreciate you, Melissa. Let's see. Just 3 creations. Yes, you can. Where you located? We're located in Columbia, South Carolina, guys. Columbia, South Carolina. We do have a website. The website is theblankspot.com. That's TheBlanksspot. You can go to our bio and check out our link tree. Scroll down and you'll see our website. Okay. We ship 6 days a week, even on Saturday.
Yep.
Okay. Is Alibaba credible? That's a great question. We're going to table that.
Yep.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and answer that question.
Go ahead and
I'm going to answer that question with the question. Is Amazon credible? Is Walmart Marketplace credible?
Is eBay credible?
Is Etsy credible? Is what's that? Macari? Is Macari credible? See, oftentimes, ladies and gentlemen, and that's a great question, okay?
Yes, that's a great question.
Oftentimes, we think because it is not raining outside that it won't rain. And y'all probably say, what kind of country stuff is that? Just because we haven't dealt with somebody,
right,
that doesn't make them not credible.
Right.
Just because we haven't had interaction with the company,
right,
that doesn't make them not credible.
Right.
What it makes us is uneducated to that process.
Right.
So there are con artists and scammers
everywhere
on every platform.
Everywhere.
Except for this one.
So
except for this one.
Understand this. Alibaba is just a marketplace, just like Amazon. There's different people on there selling.
Yeah.
Just like Amazon, there's different vendors on there selling. Okay, so you have to do your research. Alibaba's just there to get their fee.
Just like Amazon.
Just like Amazon.
And whatever the process is for you to be on Alibaba.
Exactly.
It's the same or similar, maybe similar processes to be on Amazon. We have an Amazon store.
Yep.
And it was a lengthy process to get on the Amazon store.
So you just got to find the right people on these marketplaces.
So yes, it is credible. However, you still are taking a risk.
Yes.
With any platform.
Yep.
How many times have we ordered things from Amazon and it wasn't what we wanted, wasn't what they actually advertised?
Yeah.
And we tried to talk to the vendors.
Yep.
And they gave us a hard time.
Yeah.
So that's a great question though. And I hope it didn't sound like I was trying to beat you up, because I definitely was not. Delaware, thanks for jumping on. Are you a wholesaler or retailers? Sorry, first time here. Yes, ma'am, no problem. So we are a retail store. And I'm glad you know the difference, because a lot of people don't know the difference. There's several people that walk into our store off the street right here in Columbia, South Carolina, and they say, hey, how much if I buy this many? And this is one of the reasons, another reason why we're doing this. There's nothing outside of our store that says wholesalers.
Nope.
And I think, and I want to address this, y'all. I think the reason why people ask us how much if you buy X amount is because they have been on sites like Alibaba.
Yep.
And they have seen how much it costs.
Yep.
And they've seen that, hey, well, it only costs $2, only costs $3, but they're not adding up the shipping costs. They're not adding up the processing fees. They're not adding up the possible taxes.
Exactly.
They're not adding up any of that. They're not even adding up the idea or the fact that the business owners are taking the risks because we have a storefront that we have to pay rent on every month. Not your business, not your problem, but they're not taking that into consideration that we're taking the risk for housing these things. So if they don't sell, then it's all on us. Okay. So was that real? that was real country. Well, you know what? I aim to please. I aim to please. I'm glad y'all having fun. I'm glad y'all having fun.
Need to answer that next one.
Let's see. Okay.
Next.
All right. I'm gonna scroll up because my wife said don't answer that one.
She said thank you. You're welcome.
I'm gonna scroll up. I'm scrolling. So, if I don't address your question, it's not because it's a silly question, but we just let you know that we are not a wholesale.
Yeah,
we're retail. So our price is our price.
Subject.
We're talking about right now. We're talking about how to actually go out and look for vendors. And this is not just a vendor overseas. This works everywhere.
It works everywhere.
But we get the majority of our items from the Alibaba platform, right? So, so D, now that you have ordered a sample and you've invested $50 for one sample, now what's the process? Do you take the price that they said? Do you negotiate? Or
for a sample, I don't negotiate because there's really no negotiation. It's just you're really just paying the shipping on it.
So you pay for your sample, you sublimated it, you see its subs, you see it's good quality, along with our blank spot paper and our blank spot sublimation ink.
For sure.
You've seen that it's a good process. Yep. Now, what's the next step? You order. Do you negotiate with your order?
Well, I do negotiate. I go back to that vendor. And I have conversation with. It's about building a relationship, with that vendor, and I definitely negotiate. I negotiate the price, and you can do that. It's up to them whether to get to negotiate back with you or stand by whatever the price is that they're telling you.
Okay, so once you go ahead and decide to make that order, how's the payment process? Because this goes back to the question that Heather asked. I believe it was Heather. Ask, was it a credible site? Once you decide that you want to pay for that, how do you pay for it?
So what I have learned is that in order to protect yourself, you want to pay for that on the Alibaba platform. Okay. The reason being because I have had vendors that will tell me, okay, well, let's do this on PayPal, or let's do this by wire transfer or another type of payment. And I'm not doing that. I need you to send me a Alibaba payment because Alibaba will stand by the payments.
Just like Amazon.
Just like Amazon.
Just like Walmart.
But if you leave that Alibaba platform and pay a different way, then you may not be protected.
Okay. So I'm gonna address some of the things on here. Great day to you. Hey Tosh, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on.
Hey.
So I'm gonna address a couple of these things on here. Before I do that, has anybody ever gone on a cruise? Has anybody ever gone on a cruise? Okay. If you've gone on a cruise, go ahead and say, hey. Now, if you're going on a cruise, you're going to understand what I'm talking about, okay? You go on a cruise and you dock at a port, okay? And the first thing they tell you before you dock is they say, hey, go with the tour guides. Do not deviate from the tour guides. If you go outside of the tour guides, then we can't protect you.
Yep.
So as simple as that.
Yep.
If you go through the alley, you can get clunked in the back of the head. Okay? You can get robbed. So when you leave that protected platform because you're looking for a better deal,
right,
one of those too good to be true type deals,
right,
because you're too busy trying to save money instead of conduct business, now I'm being anal. Okay, I'm being anal because there are a lot of cheapskates out here that want to build a business, and you can't build a business being cheap.
No,
it's impossible. You're gonna have to invest some time. You're gonna have to invest some money.
Yeah, because they may say, there could be a vendor to say, okay, well, you can pay me this way, and then it'll be a little bit cheaper or whatever. The reason they're doing that is because they don't want to pay the fee to Alibaba.
Also, any taxes
or whatever the fees are that they have to pay to Alibaba. So they may pull you away from that site to say, hey, let's do this. I just suggest do not do it. Stay on that Alibaba site, have them to send you an Alibaba invoice, and then go that route because you do have some protection with that marketplace as far as the payment processing.
Okay, Sean said, okay, that's good to know about the payments. So let's say y'all dropping some gems. Thank you for hanging on. Check it out. Here's the deal. Have you ever purchased something from somebody on Marketplace or any other platform and they said, hey, let's use PayPal? And you have a PayPal business account, but they want to do PayPal family and friends.
Right.
Family and friends is not protected because you're telling PayPal, hey, listen, I know this person.
Exactly.
And then you get scammed. Exactly. The first thing you have to understand is you didn't get scammed, you scammed yourself.
Exactly.
You scammed yourself trying to save money. Well, I only have a certain budget. Well, you may not be ready to make this step.
Yeah.
You may not be ready to make this step because it takes money to run a business.
It does.
As we see people coming in and going out, I hope you're getting some value. I hope you're sharing this, and I hope you're taking into consideration that as business owners, you have to accept a certain amount of risks.
Yep.
I didn't say hustlers. I didn't say under the table. I didn't say side gig. I didn't say side business. As business owners.
Yep.
And this is gonna be hurtful to some people because you're running your business like it's a hustle, a side hustle, a side gig, a side thing. And as soon as something happens, we want to say, "Oh, you know what? Well, it didn't work." No, you didn't do it properly.
Right.
There's rules. Right. There's rules to this thing.
There's rules. Yeah.
So
there's levels.
There's levels to it as well. Yep. So we're talking to D about vendors, specifically overseas vendors, the Alibaba platform. Is it a trustworthy platform? Yes. There's scammers everywhere. She recommends is that you get samples before you purchase. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Don't be so overwhelmed and so.
No, you want to make sure that that's a good product. So invest that money into getting a sample. You know, someone asks, well, how many vendors do you get? So, like for me, I have two vendors for each one of our products that we sell in this store. You know, so yes, I had to pay for samples for 2 different vendors because I want to check the the product out and make sure it's a good product. So you're going to invest some money.
I'm laughing because of this comment. Hey, Abby, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on.
Abby.
Abby's out of Greenville, y'all.
Hey, Abby.
Greenville, South Carolina. Everything mink lashes. Yeah. So don't quit your day job until your business is established. Hey, you know what? That's one of the probably most.
Don't quit.
That's probably one of the most important things to know.
Yep.
When we're walking around here talking about we're going to be wealthy or rich, and we're saying, hey, we're going to go and use this process to do that. And we've listened to all these gurus.
Yeah.
And people have sold you vendors lists that you could have actually researched and gotten on your own.
Well, see, that's the thing. They'll sell you a vendor list, but they don't tell you all the ins and outs about that vendor list, like the MOQ and, you know, the processing fees and all the other stuff. They didn't tell you all that, did they?
And it's very important to be educated on the process.
Right.
Once somebody sells you something one time, it's oftentimes that's it. Oftentimes that's a wrap. They got their money and they're done.
Yeah. I
want y'all to understand something. I want to go back to don't be so quick to quit your day job.
That's right.
I want you to understand something. A job is a blessing, and it should be used to a portion of it should be used to build wealth.
Yep.
And if you are living below your means and you're doing everything that you can to lower your taxes and eliminate your debt and minimize your expenses and shift that money back into your household, you're going to have a better opportunity to build your business.
Right.
So a lot of people get excited, overly excited, because they say, well, you know what? I'm going to start a retail business and I'm going to start selling blanks. And listen, $10,000 is not even enough to get started.
No, it's not.
It's not enough to get started. It's a good start, but it's not enough to get, because 10 grand.
It's not enough to be able to stay in business.
You can blow 10 grand on tumblers, on tumblers and various other small things, and that'll get your store going. But you got to understand the importance of putting your money back into the store,
reinvesting it back.
So for those of you just jumping on, this is I'm Eric.
I'm D, y'all.
And this is the Blank Spot Sublimation, the Blank Spot Academy. We're sublimation blanks and supply store located in Columbia, South Carolina. And we're just going over the idea of vendors, how to find vendors, whether you're doing vendors on Alibaba, which is a Chinese website, or whether you're doing finding vendors on stateside.
Yeah, there's vendors stateside as well that you can research.
How much is a good startup amount?
It depends. Who is this?
This is Sean.
Sean. So it depends on what you're doing. Okay, so we, really don't have an answer for that. So it depends on what you're doing.
Over a period of years, Sean. Over a period of a year. Over a period of 17 months, we have amassed over 200 items in our store.
Yeah.
And it took some time.
It took time to build that up. It took time to get the new items in, so it was just a matter of getting maybe a 10 items a month or 2 items a month, new items, but still maintaining the other items that you sold out to put that back on the shelf. So it's just a constant reinvesting that money back into the business. I'm talking about every penny went back into the business. That's how we were able to keep these shelves full.
That's why
it's important to do that.
That's why quitting your job. Because you made $50,000 in sales in 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
That's why quitting your job is not smart.
It's not,
because until your business can maintain itself,
exactly.
Until your business can maintain itself, you have to understand. You have to understand how business works.
Yeah.
You already have a job that's taking care of your household expenses,
right?
And complaining about getting up, going to work. Yeah, it could be a struggle. I don't know, because I never did it. Dee did it.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. But I just need you to understand that as you continue to build your empire,
mm-hmm.
you have to be careful in the decisions that you make. You cannot make emotional decisions.
No.
Hey, just because I'm making money in my business, now I'm making $50,000. I made $50,000 in sales in 1 month.
Right.
But my overhead may have been $35,000.
Right.
And I quit my job.
I quit my job that was already funding my everyday needs, my lights, my water, my gas, my things like that. I've lost that now.
$40,000 or $50,000 a year in cash flow by quitting my job.
Right. I'm taking the money that now is what, 30-something thousand?
No, maybe 15 if you're lucky.
Now I'm taking that
every expense
to pay my everyday expenses. So be careful, guys.
And keep my business open.
Be careful.
Let's see what we got, y'all. We open it up for questions and or comments.
Yep. We got about 10 minutes left.
Gourmet said we neighbors. You come on down and see us.
Hey, Winston-Salem.
All right. So yeah, the custom blanks. I'm not saying you can't start with 10 grand. I'm just saying that 10 grand is gonna go fast.
It's gonna go fast depending on what you're doing. You can start with it, yeah, but you gotta be strategic.
Jules says she loves your t-shirt.
Thank you, Jules. Eric did it for me.
Yeah, I did. I'm getting good, y'all. Let's see. Great day to you, Roslyn. So what other questions or comments do you have? We got about 8 minutes. About 8 minutes till we shut this thing down.
So we covered, hopefully we gave you guys some nuggets on, at least how to go on that site. If you want to go ahead and start doing some research, the things that you should expect.
Yeah, what can you expect? What can you expect? What can you expect? How long would it take to get a sample?
So if you get a sample, it's airship. Okay, so your airship samples are not going to take a long time. Air shipment, you can probably get it anywhere from 5 to 7 days. Okay, so and like I said, I really do suggest that you go on and you communicate with that vendor and pay that $40, $30, $50 or whatever it is to get that sample so that you can try it out. And it does not take long. It's air shipped, so it'll be about 5 to 7 days. Yep. And so you have to know to expect these things when you go to Alibaba. Okay, you have to be able to expect that. You have to take into account the shipping. You have to take into account processing fees, taxes. You have to take those things into account with Alibaba. One other thing that you want to know is this: do not have that vendor to take you outside of that Alibaba platform to pay. You pay on that platform because, yes, you do have some protection with Alibaba. Okay, Alibaba is just a marketplace, just like Amazon, just like eBay. There's people on there selling. Okay, so you want to make sure that you stay on that platform for payment and things like that. That way you're protected. All right.
Oh, Miss Lewis, how you doing? Sarah, also consider using. Don't consider it. You don't do it if you want to, but you're right, Sarah. Y'all better use secure payments with a secure card.
Yep.
Hackers are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. The trust factor that we have shopping online is crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy. We trust people online, but we question everything in person.
Everything in person.
So I want you to question everything.
Oh my goodness.
I want you to question everything. T-shirt man, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, man. We're talking about vendors. We're talking about vendors. We're talking about how you find these vendors. How you find these vendors on Alibaba. Tanita, is that 10K for multiple? Yeah, you want to spread it around.
You want to spread it around.
You definitely want to spread it around.
Yeah.
You don't want to get hooked. First thing you got to find out too before you spend your money what the trends are.
What the trends are.
Because you can't go into business buying stuff talking about this what I want in the store. You gonna use it. You're gonna be buying it from yourself.
If you anything like us, we get customers all the time, and they're coming with these different trends. There's a trend every week. There's a new thing for sublimation every week. And my thing is, I always say, okay, when 5 people ask about it, then I go research it. That's just me.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of
because
people.
You don't want to have it just sitting on the shelf, and you got one person that asked about it.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people who get into business, and they're emotional about their business.
Yeah.
So 10K can help you buy, let's say 10K, and you get maybe 15, maybe 20 items. You may not be getting a lot of items.
Right, because you got to remember MOQ.
You may not be getting a lot of items. You may be able to get 100 tumblers. You may be able to spend. You may be able to invest, into 300 or 500 tumblers, because that may be your thing that's going to be selling, and then you take the rest of the money, the other $4,000-$5,000, and you spread it around to other different items. And your one vendor may not be able to do everything, so you got to realize that as well.
Exactly.
Hey, Courtney, what's going on with you?
Hey,
yes,
Courtney.
I am. The super craft of my cape is over there. And shipping times.
Yep.
So, that's another thing, guys.
That's a whole nother thing.
We're talking about, overseas. They say now it'll get there. It'll get to port. In about 2 weeks.
It'll get to port probably about 14 days, but then after that, they have to get to it. They have to get loaded off of the ship and all that stuff. So that's why it's normally about 30 to 45 days, sometimes longer than that. I do believe coming up this holiday is going to be even longer. So if you guys are, using vendors like that, you might want to go ahead and get your Christmas stuff ordered now.
Which is why you got to have cash flow.
Okay.
If you don't have, if you running your business, and you already got a job, but you keep on sticking your hand in the register talking about I'm going to this place and I'm going to buy that, your business ain't gonna survive. So you got to have money to actually even shop. Let me see. Is there a way?
We got about
you can send 5
me more minutes or so.
Yes, absolutely, Miss Lewis. Go to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, you can just go back to the YouTube, subscribe, and I'll put the bell, hit the bell notification, and then you can watch it over again.
Yeah, so the blank spot. Okay. Let me see. Yes, suppliers overseas. You have to be mindful of restock time. Yep. Absolutely. Yep, especially if you're doing sea ship. It's going to take 30 to 45 days. Could be longer than that. Could be 55 days. Sea ship. Airship can be a little bit quicker. It just depends. A little more costly as well.
It is going to be costlier.
If you planning for Christmas, you late. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. We started planning for Christmas.
Listen.
We started planning for Christmas actually in June.
Mm-hmm.
So we also have some overstock from last year that's going to help us get started, and we're going to put it out probably put our Christmas out in October, so people can start shopping, just like the big box companies. Let me see. T-shirt said, "My wife don't let me get out
information online. I'm too trusting. Scammers love me." They love you, T-shirt. They love you, T-shirt man. Say they love him.
Hey, but you just gotta be mindful that you have to be patient.
Yes.
You have to be patient. Building a business is a patient process. You have to be mindful that it's gonna take more than one person in your corner. So if you're doing everything, try to find someone that's close to you that you can trust, that can help you to get organized.
Yeah.
If you plan on going into the business of selling sublimation blanks, I hate it when I hear people say, "I sell blanks." Hey man, listen, that's cool. That's cool until it's not. So you just got to make yourself a little bit more legitimate. plan your day, plan your business, and do the best that you can. If you decide that you want to find someone who has what you need locally, that's great. You just got to make sure you do your pricing and everything so you can make sure that
that you're making a profit.
Yeah, you're making a profit.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly. And that's why we're here. We are here, the Blank Spot Sublimation Blanks and Supply Store is here because we have already taken that risk for you. So that way you can just come into our store. You don't have to wait on the shipping and all that stuff. Come into our store, get what you need, okay, and just make sure that you're pricing your product accordingly so that you can make a profit.
Just know that the price
is
the price.
Okay.
We are not wholesale, we're retail. And we may one day get to the wholesale side.
Yeah.
I don't
at some point. Yeah.
And even then, guess what? We can give you all of our vendors. We can sell our stuff wholesale. And it's not the information that you share, it's the people that you're sharing the information with.
Exactly.
You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. But you're not going to get everybody on board because everybody is not willing to do the work. There's going to be a handful of people who desire to have their own store, whether it's online or whether it's a brick and mortar.
Right.
Those are the people who are going to take this information that we said and they're going to research it.
Yeah.
And then they may even come back and ask us questions.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? We'll be more than happy to help you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, as far as we're not sharing our vendors, it's not because we're worried that you're going to take our business. Mm-hmm. I can care less because we can give y'all vendors. Most people still not going to do the work.
Nope.
Because you're still going to have to build a relationship and build a rapport with those vendors.
Exactly.
The reason why I hate giving out information like that is because people are so quick to say, well, you know what, it ain't work. It's your fault.
It didn't work
it's your
for
fault.
me.
Yeah, well,
it
you know what?
Because you didn't work it.
So she said, Lord, they'll run with the smallest thing. It's not easy. You're right.
True.
It's not easy to get.
True.
So we hope y'all enjoyed. We hope y'all found some value. I'm going live after this, man.
He gonna find
I'm finding
something
to do.
Up in here.
I'm finding something to do.
Seven spree.
Listen, hold on. Y'all didn't see
my
my cup.
I'm gonna find him something to do, y'all.
Don't get off yet. I want to show y'all something.
No, I'm gonna have him to sub that the wine bottle set with those three with the bottle and the two wine glasses. I'm gonna have him to sub that. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. So I don't know if y'all saw him yesterday, y'all. He went live.
I went live yesterday.
He went live.
I burned it up.
And burned up a cup.
But I'm gonna tell you right now.
That joker went right back and did it again. He was like, nope.
I ain't no quitter.
Ready to do it.
I ain't no quitter, y'all. Let me tell you something.
Sub a lunch bag. You need some. We've already done the lunch bag, hon. Check our YouTube.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. You see this? Do you see this? All up here. I did that. That's my work. Them colors are popping. This is the Blank Spot Sublimation.
He even got that bevel part, y'all. He got that bevel part and everything.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm not a crafter. That's not what I do.
You're a crafter now.
But I'm gonna take somebody's job. Y'all keep playing around if y'all want to.
That joke about the sub up some stuff in here today.
Look at that scene.
It's this, y'all.
Look at that scene.
Look, it's this right here. This right here. This is what got it.
You see that?
He's a super crafter now. Look.
Y'all see that? Look at that.
Super crafter.
Oh man. Hey, listen,
y'all gonna see him later.
I'm going live. I gotta open up my man's package. I was waiting on my son.
Yeah, so he'll be back today. I'm gonna get him to do that wine bottle set.
But I gotta go live because I got something from the t-shirt man.
Yeah, t-shirt man, low super crafter.
That's me. But hey, listen, y'all, you gotta have fun when you're doing this, man. If you're not having fun in your business, that means it ain't something that you like doing. It's got to be fun. Bringing joy to people and helping them to build their business is really cool. I want y'all to think about that as you go out and you make somebody else's dreams come true because you created something special. You brought their dreams to fruition. You got to make sure that you're doing everything you can to bring that joy in people's life. So, we about 4 minutes over, huh?
Yes, we are.
Because you was clowning.
No, because you was clowning. Because you
had to give it to
crafter thing.
Yeah, I'm about to take off.
Y'all, we gotta go. It's time to open up.
So, hey, check it out. This is Eric.
I'm D, y'all.
And this is the Blank Spot Academy coming in from Columbia, South Carolina. We're located at 224 O'Neill Court, Suite 26 and 27, 29223. We got a website. It's the Blank Spot. That's with 2 S's, THEBLANKSSPOT. Check out our website, the link tree. You can hit us on anything. We got a couple of packages to get out of here so that people can get their stuff. They just ordered this morning and it's going out already. So hit us up, guys. Hope y'all had some value, found some value. Go to the YouTube.
Yep. If you came on late, you can go to the YouTube, the Blank Spot, and rewatch the video.
All right, you guys take care. Like we always say, when you know better, that's when you got the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge.
Peace out.
Peace.